This is the trailhead near Bowron Lake Lodge. It's the first portage and it's to Kibby Lake about 2.4 kilometers away. We did the first portage in the evening, once with the canoe and once with our packs, which were weighing 55 pounds. What were we thinking? The evening hike to Kibby Lake included long boardwalks over mud and swampy area and plenty of bugs. We leave canoe and our packs overnight for the next day, and we hike back to the lodge, which is our canvas tent. It's day one, and we're at the east end of Kibby Lake having lunch after a 2.5 kilometer paddle down the lake. What a beautiful day. This is our second portage today. It's 2 kilometers and we're heading east to Indian Point Lake. It's boardwalks, mud, but it is flat. We do it once with the packs and return, and then once with the canoe. The trail portage system is much improved today compared to 1976. We complete the 2-kilometer portage to our camp. Now it's time for us to set up camp at the west end of Indian Point Lake. All of our equipment is new, and this is our first major trip using it. Now, how does this get set up anyway? Brian's frying up some fresh pork chops for the first night, but from now on, we're going to switch to freeze-dried. Some people pay a lot of good money to be able to do this. It's day 2, and we have some serious paddling down Indian Point Lake, 6.4 kilometers into the wind. We're at the east end of Indian Point Lake, and we're looking for an opening in the reeds. We're in the reeds, and now we need to find a place to land. We have landed at the east end of Indian Point Lake, and now it's time for some lunch before the 1.6 kilometer portage to the west end of Isaac Lake. Again, we do this in 2 stages, the packs and then the canoe. A total of 4.8 kilometers of walking. During our portage, we rest canoe on our shoulders, and we use our life jackets to take the weight. We're now at the west end of Isaac Lake. The worst of the portages are over, and we're looking forward to 2 days of straight paddling. It's the end of day 2, and we found a quiet sandy beach with no other campers, and we were able to pitch our tent in amongst the trees. It's our evening view west toward Bowron Mountain, where we're heading tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's day 3, and we're heading east on Isaac Lake, and it's very cool out, but it is sunny, and that's Bowron Mountain dead ahead. We pulled over on the shores below Wolverine Mountain. To our delight, we find a fantastic crop of blueberries, and we've covered about 6 kilometers of paddling this morning. We paddled about 18 kilometers in the afternoon. With whitecaps and the waves, we just couldn't continue, so we pulled in at Lynx Creek to camp for the night. Tomorrow's day 4, and we have about 18 kilometers ahead of us, so the plan is we get up early and we paddle like blazes to make time and beat the winds. We are nestled in forest area with outstanding views north and south on the lake. We paddled into the morning. Isaac Lake is calm. It's cold. And we have light rain. We wonder if we'll ever see some sun. We have completed almost 20 kilometers of aggressive paddling before lunch, and now the Caribou Mountains are looming. We arrive at the chute. This is the technical part of the circuit, the river run. 1.6 kilometers can be done in the canoe. The rest requires a portage. We are a little nervous, and there is no turning back now. Here's Patricia on the portage trail along the side of the river. We are at the Cascades, and it's a good idea to get out of your canoe. We don't have photos of the next section of this trip, but we again need to portage around the lower Isaac Logjam and Isaac Waterfalls, which is a 35-foot drop, and to put in at the north end of McCleary Lake. With only a short paddle then to our camp for the night. We are all alone, not another soul anywhere, and Patricia has to kick bear poo out of the only limited tent spot, non-official of course, that was available. It's day 5. We are cold, the weather is dreary. We leave camp at the north end of McCleary Lake. We have to paddle about 1.5 kilometers to where we join the Caribou River. We need to run about 5.2 kilometers of the Caribou River. And we have everything bundled in 3 layers of plastic. We dodge sweepers and our heart rates are high. You just don't want to make a mistake here. With 5.2 kilometers of river behind us, we never noticed the scenery, but we're sure it was nice. We have 14.8 kilometers of paddling ahead of us. Patricia here is flipping up her life jacket collar to help cut out the cold wind. And this is August. We pull into the shore for a break and something to eat. Looks like we've got a body bag in the canoe. Everything is wrapped in 3 layers of plastic. That's Ishpa Mountain on the south shore of Lanese Lake. It's 8,300 feet. It's calm, it's quiet, and we have peaceful paddling. We are looking east about midway along Lanese Lake. We are approaching the west end of Lanese Lake. This is the entrance to the Caribou River to Sandy Lake. We have light rain and we saw 1 canoe all day. The Caribou River between Lanese and Sandy Lakes is about 1.2 kilometers. It's easy paddling with the river current and very shallow on the corners. This is Sandy Lake and it's about 4.8 kilometers of paddling. We are feeling like we are one with the water. We take the time to clean up and take stock of our food and fix gear. This is the view from our tent. Dinner is something freeze-dried, as usual, as we warm ourselves by the fire. We are treated to a peaceful evening. Some people pay a lot of good money to be able to do this. It's day 6 today on the circuit, and today is gonna be fun. We leave Sandy Lake and head down another section of the Caribou River and duck into Una Lake. Better that than to go over the Caribou Falls. We hike from the south end of Una Lake to view the Caribou Falls, which drops 80 feet or 24 meters. Okay, we're heading to the lower Caribou River. I had to put the camera away again, wrapping it in plastic to avoid it getting wet. It's 3.6 kilometers to Babcock Creek and the cutoff to Una Lake. It's easy paddling with the current of the Caribou River. We just need to make sure we steer into the cutoff or we're in big trouble. We really enjoy getting out of the canoe and doing some hiking without any gear. And we stroll back through the logical pine forest to Una Lake. The upstream paddle is brutal. It's 2 feet forward and 1 foot back. We need to cover a little less than a kilometer, and we lean into our paddles. The water levels are high, the water volume is high, and the river speed is no joke. We worked very hard to get back up the river to the Babcock Lake cutoff. It's pretty clear they don't want you to miss this entrance. The early going is fine, but then come the beaver dams. What a pain to climb over. Paddling becomes futile. My feet are numb. They say this section is 1.2 kilometers. Well, my foot, well, it sure seems longer. We have arrived at Babcock Lake. We are wet, we are cold, and we have no dry clothes. We stop here for a quick lunch on the North Shore and we continue onward. We have 2 short portages ahead of us, one to Scoey Lake and then on to Spectacle Lakes. Scoey Lake is short paddle, then another 0.4 kilometer portage to Spectacle Lakes. The Sandy Lake to Una Lake to Spectacle Lakes have taken a toll on us. We're cold and tired, and we've run into a large, over the limit of 6 group of noisy paddlers. Once again, we saw them last over at Lynx Creek. We decide to paddle further. We end up camping at the aptly named Pat Point. We desperately try to dry up, burning some clothes in the process. Our chateau is nice and warm and dry. It's day 7. And we have about 17 kilometers of paddling to do today. We have a nice paddle all day through Swan Lake, the Bowron River to Bowron Lake, and Bowron Lake itself to the starting point. Paddling is tiring now, and we can feel the end is coming. We just paddle along quietly, in no hurry. This is the end of Swan Lake and the entrance to the Bowron River. This should be fun. Maybe we'll see some wildlife. We meander along, easy paddling with the current, and no wildlife. We are on the last leg. Too bad. I am not happy it's over. It has been so much fun. That's the Bowron Lodge over there on the left. "7 days on the Bowron Lake circuit. We now head to Quesnel and stay at the Talisman Inn and drop into Billy Barker's for a steak dinner well deserved.